So, Ariel, you issued a few days ago the report of the torture cases in Bahrain and the international resonance, how you think such reports, along with your participation in the Council, contribute to shed light on the human rights situation in Bahrain.
So what we've documented in this report is how the Bahraini authorities launched an all-out campaign to crush dissent in a single year. So between June 2016 and June 2017, we've seen at least 169 peaceful critics and their families targeted. We've seen activists imprisoned and tortured. We've seen opposition parties dismantled, and the last and only independent newspaper in Bahrain, Al-Wasat, shut down. So it's really been a total kind of repression that we've seen, and we now are calling it a human rights crisis in Bahrain. So the Bahraini government has indeed accused us of taking our evidence from untrustworthy sources. However, of course, we disagree with that. All of our report findings are based on evidence and based on testimonies as well. Now, we sent a letter to the government outlining all of our comments and questions and findings in June, and we gave them until the end of July to respond to us to each question, and they didn't respond. So it's the response from the Bahraini government saying that we should get our information from them. How are we supposed to get our information from them if they don't respond to us? So the international community's response to the crackdown in Bahrain has been woefully inadequate. We see the UK in particular praising Bahrain on its progress on reform and its few comments about the negative situation to be muted. The Office of the High Commissioner for Human Rights rightly, raised the alarm bells about what's happening in Bahrain, and the international community, and particularly the UK and the US, should follow suit and condemn the huge crackdown that we've seen. We're hoping that the report findings and our recommendations to the Bahraini authorities has an impact, and they listen to us, and they listen to the people of Bahrain who have told us and others, about the ongoing crackdown and repression that they face. We are incredibly frustrated that the Bahraini government does not respond to us to give them their side, which is a really important part of all of our reports, but we are unable to reflect those responses if they don't respond to us. And we're also frustrated at the fact that the situation has gotten so bad, and yet there is no joint statement at the Human Rights Council condemning the blatant human rights violations there.
Do you think the government would respond at last?
They have issued a press release saying that they are planning to respond to the report in full, but has so far been dismissive of the report findings, unfortunately. They do. The only way you can get around that is to privately, for international governments to privately raise these issues. However, we know that some of the governments that do that, it hasn't resulted in any impact in the country, and the situation has obviously got much, much worse. So we still need to publicly condemn, because I think if the Bahraini government is angry at the High Commissioner for Human Rights for rightfully raising the alarm bells, then that's having some kind of impact. So we need to keep on with that. We need to keep up the public pressure.